So this is an installment of Juxtapositions Behind the Scenes. We're here with Errol Weber, who is an Academy Award winning cinematographer, recent graduate from Maryland Institute College of Art. So Errol, welcome back to Micah.
Thank you.
I just have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Tell us about the experience on Music by Prudence. I mean, how did you get involved and what were your favorite aspects of the project?
Okay. Well, it started out back in late 2007 when the producer saw this fantastic idea to shoot a band of Afrofusion musicians based in Zimbabwe. And they're all disabled. All the band members are disabled. Their disabilities range everything from arthrogryposis to muscular dystrophy and so on and so forth. But even though they all have their own disabled, oh my God, that's so bad. Can we move over? I'm sorry. And look who's calling.
This
the
is
producers.
There you go.
Hello, Ellie.
This is what it's like to graduate from Micah. Just get work.
You can barely handle it.
What was the great news you just got?
Okay, the great news was while Music by Prudence was being cut for HBO, the short version of the documentary, it won the Academy Award. Eleanor Burkett, the producer, had a moral obligation to the band to create a tribute documentary, a feature-length documentary shot, cut from the same footage, which was her original idea, and that cut of the documentary was finished back in November last year, and I just found out that it got into a film festival.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, so
that is great.
That's what the news is.
2 for the price of 1. It's kind of like just Lord of the Rings. You just shoot the whole thing and then cut it up. Okay, I get it. So you were telling us about the Music by Prudence experience. You said you go ahead.
Okay, so Music by Prudence took a year and a half to shoot. And I was there right after I graduated from Micah. A week after I graduated in May of 2008, they flew me to Zimbabwe and I was there for 2 months at a time over a space of 7 months shooting the documentary. There are lots, it's a huge culture shock, one, it's a great learning experience, two, and it was an adventure. Because if you know a little bit about Zimbabwe, they went through a political and economic meltdown over the past decade. And part of it resulted in some governmental corruption and terrible overinflation of their currency, which resulted in very little food being available, and whatever food was available was really expensive. And little things that you take for granted here in the US, like, oh, my car is low on gas. Let me go to the gas station. It's not as simple. You have to get this ticket to do this and take it here just to get gas, and gas is $5 a liter.
Wow.
Or $5 a gallon, yeah.
Wow.
And so we had all those hurdles to shoot through, but we managed to shoot the documentary, and it was a totally fun experience. All of the band members, all 8 band members, they all have their own great personality, and it was great working with them.
You can tell if you watched the documentary. Yeah. So, how did your experience with Micah set you up for that? So you were fresh out of school.
Very important question. I started doing video work back in 2003. I immigrated to the US in 2002, wanting to be a commercial airline pilot.
From where?
From Jamaica. And the first time I picked up a video camera, I said I had to start doing video because I fell in love with video. So I started out doing broadcast video because at the church my mom used to go to, they had a broadcast which went on the air, and I learned how to shoot broadcast video there. A couple of years later, I got into Micah, and while I was at Micah, over the summer, I would have a summer job where I would be a wedding videographer. So I learned video from the wedding standpoint. And then, so there I'm mixing broadcast, I'm mixing wedding, I'm mixing video art. And junior and senior year, I started to focus on doing what I wanted to do. Freshman and sophomore year, you dibble and dabble in everything and you find what you like, and then you start focusing on what you like. I liked documentary work. I like the pace of documentary work. I like what's the word? What's that word I'm looking for? The realness of documentary work. There's a word I'm looking for. I can't find it.
That's close.
But so when Ellie needed a cameraman to shoot, she asked Patrick Wright, the head of the video department, and Patrick recommended me to go on the shoot, and that's how I got involved with doing that documentary. So I started out doing broadcast, came to Micah, did some weddings in between, and did video art, lots of video art, and then started focusing on documentary work, and then moved on to shooting docs right after college.
So you moved from just picking up a camera in 2003 to being the youngest cinematographer.
The youngest cinematographer to shoot an Oscar.
6 years later, 7 years later?
Yep.
It's not bad. So now, how did you find out about Micah? Did you come to Baltimore from Jamaica or just to the States?
I came to Baltimore from Jamaica, and I completed 11th and 12th grade in Baltimore County at Milford Mill Academy. And while I was there, the art teacher there was a Micah student. And he recommended I come and check out Micah. So I came and checked out Micah, and that's where I found out about Micah.
Got it. And so, what was your favorite aspect of your time at Micah?
My favorite aspect was being the guy that shot everything at the school. Every event, the fashion shows, the carnivals, everything that happened at Micah, getting more and more practice doing every type of video. And some people will consider video as their job. Oh, I have to go to my job now, but I consider it as a hobby. It isn't a hobby for me. I
take it seriously.
I take it very seriously, but I love the job so much that it isn't work to me. So yeah, that was my favorite part of being at Micah.
And that's one of the reasons why people come to art college, so that they can do every day what they love. And,
Now, I was discussing it with Teresa Bedoya a couple minutes ago, that one of the things that I appreciate about Micah is that it allowed me to learn video from a different standpoint. When you do broadcast work, you learn broadcast from a broadcast standpoint with the giant cameras. When you do web video, you learn web video from that discipline. But when you learn video as an art form, you learn to step back and analyze a piece, analyze a subject, and artfully create a video from it. So having an art background really benefited when it comes to like composing shots and telling visual stories. So that is one of the things I really liked about my education at Micah.
Awesome. So can you tell me some of the current projects you're working on? I know that this little guy opened a whole lot of doors for you, I'm sure.
Okay. I'm currently working with a couple documentary directors. Eleanor Burkett, who worked as the producer on this documentary. I'm working with her on a couple docs. A lot of them are based in Zimbabwe and Southern Africa. One is about a group of artisans that live in Zimbabwe. I can't go into too much detail about it.
Top secret.
Kinda, yeah. Another one is a nature doc. It's shot in upstate New York. And another one is by another director called An American Promise, and it follows two African American boys' lives as they go through the public and private school system. So that's what I'm currently working on right now.
Okay. Well, Errol Weber, my recent Micah alum, thanks for coming home. Welcome home, and congratulations on your Oscar win. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.